On behalf of NIQR, we are thanking Kasyaki Suzuki-san from here. Moreover, this audio we will be putting in the website. Our Gauri Shankar will do this before this evening if possible. For many of them taken the photograph, you can do this. I got the permission from Suzuki already. Last night he spoke to me. Now, my second duty today, I have to introduce the chief guest, guest of honor, as well as a keynote speaker. Dr. Sumantran, today's chief guest. Dr. Sumantran has a PhD in aerospace engineering and a master's degree in management of technology. He was awarded the Distinguished Alumnus Award by the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. He was chairman of Interglobe Aviation Limited, Indigo Airlines. Earlier, he was vice chairman Ashok Leyland Limited. Prior to this, he was board director and chief executive officer of Tata Motors car business. He is the co-author of the book Faster, Smarter, Greener, the future of the car and urban mobility, published by the MIT Press. Dr. Sumantran has served on the Science Advisory Council of the Prime Minister of India and the Scientific Advisory Committee to the Cabinet of the Indian government. NIQR is happy to present Dr. Sumantran as chief guest for the inaugural function. Second, another Ram Krishnan, Ram Venkat-Ramani. He is a mechanical engineer from the UK and an MBA from the University of Chicago. Ram Venkat-Ramani leads the group's investments in auto component manufacturing and distribution and serves as the boards of companies such as Amalgamations Repco, Charge Works, and India Piston, while providing the strategic direction to the group's new mobility initiatives. Ram Venkat-Ramani's achievements include negotiating JV agreements and setting up greenfield projects. Ram Venkat-Ramani has served as the president of the MMA, MCCI, and ACMA. Ram Venkat-Ramani is currently the managing director of IP Rings, a leading light engineering company involved in the manufacture of steel piston rings and near net-shaped gold-forged components. NIQR is happy to present Ram Venkat-Ramani as the keynote speaker for the inaugural function. My namesake, Aishanur, is my close friend for many years. Mr. Aishanur Swaminathan is a chemical engineer with a master's business administration and has over 49 years of experience in various industries, including abrasives, refractories, ceramics, and aluminum manufacturing. In Saint-Gobain, he was responsible for operations and implementing major expansion projects. He has held a responsible position as member CII Southern Regional Council, member CII National Council. He was the managing director of Glass Solution and Strategic Projects at Saint-Gobain Glass India Limited. Currently, he is the President, Public Health Center. NIQR is happy to present Mr. Aishanur Swaminathan as the guest of honor for the inaugural function. Welcoming you all, sir. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Dr. V.S. I would like to rephrase the content, some of the content from Suzuki-san's, to the benefit of the entire audience. The clear takeaways I'm going to share with you once again. Let us transform the adversity into strength. Let us cultivate innovation-driven culture. Let us uphold sustainability as core value. Let us prepare our people for the future. Let us embrace AI responsibly with data integrity, and let us leverage Quality 5.0 for human-centered future. How clearly narrated for us. Thank you, Suzuki-san. So it must be communicated to Suzuki-san, Dr. V.S. Thank you for bringing such eminent people to this forum for us to learn more. We are happy to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Swaminathan Eisenover, the President, Public Health Center and former Managing Director, Saint Gobain India Private Limited, to address the gathering. Welcome, sir. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Dignitaries on the dais, friends from the industry, media, ladies and gentlemen. I thank NIQR for having given me this opportunity to speak today on a very important subject: resilience and agility for the new era. That is the redefining quality leadership. I think it's a very, very important subject. I think NIQR has been, I've seen what we saw in the presentation today, has a proud legacy of promoting quality leadership, innovation. I think many of the industries in Tamil Nadu, especially the auto and auto component industries, had embraced Japanese way of working, and this led to the birth of this association in quality. If my understanding is correct, it started in 1968 as an institute earlier, not as NIQR, it's a different name. It became NIQR in 86. Ravi and others have been leading this. And there are many leaders in the industry who had ensured continuity and success of this movement, and has been well supported by many industries. I think this itself, NIQR is resilient, and that is why it succeeded to sustain itself today. When I started my journey nearly 50 years back in industry, we used to speak of inspected quality, the final product, and wastages and rejections were in percentages. And quality inspectors were kings and could stop production those days. Slowly, with ISO and many other technology, we changed the consistency in processes and product, with rejections coming to zero or in ppm levels. I think we started talking of zero defect now. Coming to the topic of the day, quality leadership, resilience. I would like to say, I just went through your brochure for the thing. You are talking of resilience, innovation, sustainability, AI, skilling, and quality 5.0 as the topics for the various sessions, which is very, very interesting. All are very important, and I'm confident that the conference will provide all the participants ample opportunity to learn and debate on these. I wish to speak only on one concept on this, that is transforming the industries today, societies, and our very relationship with resources, the circular economy, and how the question of quality in circular economy is central to its success. We all know that the traditional economic model is linear: take, make, use, and dispose. But we face environmental pressures, resource scarcity, and growing consumer expectations. And the model is proving to be unsustainable. The circular economy offers us a new way forward. It's not simply about recycling. It's about rethinking design, extending product life cycles, and creating systems where waste becomes input for new value creation. And behind all of this lies one crucial factor: quality. Without quality of materials, design, processes, and collaboration, the circular model cannot sustain. In refurbishment and What is circular economy? Circular economy is an economic system aimed at eliminating waste and making the most of resources instead of products. Having a cradle-to-grave life cycle, they follow a cradle-to-cradle approach. It involves designing out waste from the start, creating products that are durable, modular, and repairable, keeping products and materials in use for as long as possible, regenerating natural systems, ensuring that industrial activity does not harm but actually restores ecosystem. Why is quality important in circular economy? For a circular system to be effective, the answer is quality at every stage. Quality of design. If products are designed to be durable, modular, and easy to disassemble, they can be reused in multiple times. Conversely, if the design is poor, even highly recyclable materials may end up as waste. Quality of materials. Secondary raw materials, those recovered through recycling, must meet certain quality standards if they are to substitute virgin resources. Quality assurance in manufacturing and processes. In refurbishment and remanufacturing industries, quality control ensures reused components perform as safely and as reliable as the new ones. Without the guarantee, the customer trust is lost. A key barrier to circular economy adoption is consumer skepticism. People often assume that a remanufactured or recycled product is second class. Therefore, consistent quality standards and certifications are essential to reassure customers that circular products are not inferior but equal or sometimes even superior. There are many quality standards today which provide the framework for companies to embed both sustainability and reliability into their products and services while aligning with circular economy principles. When we integrate quality thinking into circular economy, major benefits that emerge are trust and adoption, efficiency and innovation. In short, a circular economy without quality is incomplete, and quality without circular thinking is short-sighted. So as leaders, professionals, and citizens, our responsibility is to advocate for a future that is not only circular, but also credible, reliable, and of uncompromising quality. I think Mr. Suzuki also spoke on the similar line in his presentation. The other important point is agility, but due to paucity of time, I'm not going deeply into that. Even IT industries have taken agility as one of their major points for improvements. So I thank NIQR once again for having given me this opportunity to be here, and wish all the participants a great conference, and I'm sure you would learn a lot from this redefining quality leadership, resilience and agility for the new area. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Such forums and networking gatherings, knowledge sessions will definitely give us a deep insight and thought how we can keep evolving by integrating the experience and the technology. We will definitely think deep into the restoring the ecosystem on the circular economy mode with a durable, modular, and easy to reuse systems and designs. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure the participants are active enough to take the notes so that you can refer it to the next learning. We are honored to have with us today our keynote speaker, Mr. Ram Venkat-Ramani, the Managing Director, IP Rings Limited, Director, Amalgamations Group. We request you to deliver the keynote address, sir. Welcome, sir. Every time I'm also telling big round of applause. I think this should go without saying.
Dr. Sumantran, Mr. Swaminathan Eisenhower, Mr. Murli Shankar, Sri Ram, Dr. Swaminathan, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute privilege and honor for me to be here with all of you today. I see here in the audience a lot of my mentors, my friends, my colleagues, Dr. Mahadevan, Janardhan, Dr. Ravichandran, Dr. Gauri Shankar, Vidya Shankar, and so many others. It's a real honor and privilege to be here today. Over the last 4 decades, NIQR has contributed tremendously to the growth of the quality culture in the country through their several knowledge-enabling events. And I think Mr. Murli had spoken about the capability development initiatives of MSMEs, nurturing talent, celebrating excellence as with their award functions, and societal engagement. NIQR has built quality leadership, innovation, and reliability amongst individuals and corporates across the country, thus making Indian manufacturing globally competitive. The theme, I think many people have referred to it, is so very apt in today's circumstance: resilience and agility in the new era. We live in a VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. I think this was a term coined by the US military, I think, in the 60s or something, but it became more popular, I think, over the last decade or so. And in 2016 or 17, during one of ACMA's conferences, VUCA was spoken about quite actively, and at that time they were talking about the transition to electric vehicles and the transition in technologies and disruption in supply chains and so on. And I don't know, somehow it just seems a lot more appropriate today than it did 10 years ago. It has never been more obvious in my mind. The kind of uncertainty and unpredictability that's being caused due to the changing rules of the game, whether it's tariffs or trade or technology, is just mind-boggling. And organizations have to really be a lot more agile in order to be able to survive this kind of tsunami that we are all facing. Quality leaders, I suppose, are no longer expected to be only gatekeepers of standards. They really need to be actively involved and become strategists of transformation. I think we had heard from Mr. Suzuki and also from Dr. Eisenhower on the role that quality leaders have to play and the way that organizations have to work on transforming themselves in order to be able to survive the kind of changes that are going on. I can only share with you what we are doing in the Amalgamations Group and a little bit of what we are doing in IP Rings as an approach, and hope that you would be able to take a leaf out of that. Really, with the kind of uncertainty that is and unpredictability that is going on, really we have stopped our investments in manufacturing capacities. We are just trying to see what tools and techniques that we can use to try and squeeze much more out of our existing assets than before. Whether it is using Six Sigma principles to stabilize throughput, or whether it is using lean principles to eliminate or reduce waste, or whether it's using theory of constraint techniques to increase output. But the focus is just going to be not to invest anything more on the shop floor particularly, but really focus all our efforts on using principles to improve shop floor efficiencies. However, where we are not stopping investments is in technology development. We are not stopping investments in market development. And most certainly, we are not stopping any sort of digital initiative. Almost to a sense of, because AI and digital is moving so rapidly, I think really the mandate given to the team is anything digital, please don't even bring proposals to the table. I think just go ahead and implement it. And I'm sure the results will follow. And Dr. Eisenhower, I was mentioning that I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Santanam, the chairman of Saint-Gobain, a couple of weeks ago. And he was talking on a very similar note, saying that during his tenure at Saint-Gobain, especially over the last 10 years, their approach on digital has also been similar in the sense that no questions asked. And to the extent that the impact that these digital initiatives have had on Saint-Gobain's local operations have been significantly better, and they are in fact leaders compared to other Saint-Gobain entities in other parts of the world who have been going through the regular processes of approvals and so on and so forth. So technology, I think, and digital technology has to be embraced, and that's the message that we are giving our teams. And there have been a lot of implementations in various areas, and we are beginning to see results, of course, at a very basic level in terms of visualization and availability of data on a much faster way than what it used to be. But more importantly, I think we are beginning to see real results in terms of inventories, supply chain optimization, and predictive maintenance. So I think we firmly believe that investing at this time in technology, investing in market development, and investing in digital is what is going to make our organizations more resilient and more agile to face the kind of uncertainties that all of us are currently being exposed to. I think a lot of efforts have gone in. Sriram had spoken about almost 1,000 hours of efforts have gone in to plan out the next couple of days. And I really urge all the delegates to listen to these new ideas, interact and network with your colleagues, and try and see how these ideas and thoughts can be implemented within your organization, and perhaps even some other tips for your communities as well. I would like to thank the organizers, the presenters, and the delegates for their efforts, and really wish the event great success. So, thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. With great pride, we invite our chief guest, Dr. V-Sumantran, former chairman, Indigo Airlines, former vice chairman, Ashok Leyland Limited, to share your thoughts and insights, sir. Welcome, sir. I will be really happy to hear the applause.
Screen to advance that, they'll do it.
Yes, sir, yes, they will.
My dear friend, Ram Venkat-Ramani, Mr. Swaminathan Eisenhower, Dr. Swaminathan, Mr. Murali Krishnan, so many of my esteemed friends here in the audience, Dr. Ravichandran, Dr. Mahadevan, Dr. Gauri Shankar, and indeed, ladies and gentlemen, all well-wishers of NIQR, I'm delighted to be here with all of you today. When I was invited to be present at this function, it was very easy for me to immediately accept the invitation. First, at least for two reasons. First of all, because of my esteem for all the people who have been behind NIQR, starting from my good friend, the late Dr. V. Krishnamurthy, and so many illustrious people who have, over the years, made this organization so valuable for India. And the second reason that I will elaborate on a little later in my comments today, but how important this whole journey of quality and reliability is going to be for India, even more than what it has been all these past years. So I'm delighted to be here with all of you, and I'm delighted to see such attendance and such enthusiastic support for NIQR. When I was asked to give a talk today, I had to think about what I could say, and you have all the specialists you need who can advise you on Six Sigma and statistical process control and methods of quality and reliability. There's very little I can say to add to add to what they could say. Thankfully, our income tax department allows me to call myself a senior citizen, and I decided that I should do what senior citizens do, which is tell stories. And so I thought my best contribution today would be a little bit of storytelling. It reflects my experience over the last more or less 2.5 decades in India after I came back from the US to work in India, where I first came into work at Tata Motors, where I was the CEO of the car business and also the board member for ERC.